On the right is silent film director William Desmond Taylor. On February 1st, 1922, at around 7:50 p.m., he was shot to death in his home. No one was ever charged with his murder. The following 12 silent film celebrities were mentioned in connection with the case. Mabel Normand had attended several Hollywood social events with Taylor. On the evening of his death, she visited Taylor in his home, departing only minutes before he was shot and killed. Mary Miles Minter was strongly infatuated with Taylor and wanted to marry him, despite strong opposition from her mother, Charlotte Shelby. After his death, love letters written from Minter to Taylor were found in his home. Carl Stockdale stated that he was visiting Charlotte Shelby in her home at the time Taylor was killed. Stockdale also stated that he was the one who notified Charlotte Shelby the next morning that Taylor had been killed. Douglas McLean lived in the bungalow southeast of Taylor's home, and he had been directed by Taylor. McLean heard the shot that killed Taylor, and McLean's wife saw the killer depart from Taylor's home. Edna Purviance lived in the bungalow west of Taylor's home. That evening she was visiting friends and came home around midnight, so she was not home at the time Taylor was shot and killed. Antonio Moreno spoke to Taylor on the telephone less than an hour before Taylor was killed, and planned to meet with him at the studio on the next day. Taylor and Moreno were friends and had socialized together several times in the week before his death. Arthur Hoyt was a very close friend of Taylor's. They attended a play together on the Friday before Taylor was killed. Hoyt was dining with Moreno during the time Taylor was murdered. Margaret Gibson, also known as Patricia Palmer, had worked with Taylor in 1914. On her deathbed in 1964, she reportedly confessed that she had shot and killed Taylor. Mack Sennett, the top comedy producer in Hollywood, had previously had a turbulent romantic relationship with Mabel Normand. It was rumored that Sennett was jealous of Taylor's relationship with Mabel Normand. On the left is Marshall Neilan, another top Hollywood silent film director. He had previously dated Mary Miles Minter, and Neilan knew that Minter had visited Taylor late one night. On the right is Gareth Hughes. Correspondence and statements seem to indicate that Gareth Hughes had some connection with the Taylor murder, which led him to be questioned by investigators on the case. Neva Gerber had been engaged to Taylor for several years. The engagement was broken off years earlier, yet 3 weeks before his murder, he sent her a check for $500.